Today, I'm going to talk about gamification, which is, to my ear, a fairly clumsy word, but it seems to be the one that's sticking. It's also sometimes known as passive gaming or funware. For our purposes, though, we can perhaps think of it as game-based learning. Now, it's not necessarily what you might think of when you think about gaming. It's more about bringing elements of gaming into real life, distill the raw elements of computer games which create their appeal, and apply them to real-life tasks or chores to make mundane experiences more engaging or rewarding. If that doesn't make sense, don't worry, I'll get to some examples in a minute. The idea stems from two elements. The first is the fact that people my age, 30-somethings, are the first generation to have grown up with games as a major form of entertainment. Each generation that succeeds us has demanded more interactivity and are less willing to sit back and passively watch TV or read. They want to interact. Consider a story I read recently of a woman talking about her 2-year-old child. One of the first words she learned was iPad. Now, she loves playing with her mum's iPad and goes crazy when she touches the TV or laptop and the screen doesn't react. She needs interactivity. The second element is the primitive real-world games which first appeared in the 1950s and 60s, like frequent flyer point schemes and green shield stamps, right through to things like buy 10 coffees and get one free and Tesco Club Card or Nectar Point style loyalty schemes. The idea is to take something the player would be doing anyway and make a game of it. If you do it right, it will bring them back to the store for more. You may not think of loyalty schemes like this as a game, but if you consider it, you do some form of action, in this case going into the shop to buy something, which then rewards you with points, and if you collect enough points, you can level up or win prizes. A prime example of this type of scheme is the recurring McDonald's Monopoly game, which is almost genius in the simplicity of its design. Take a game that everyone knows anyway, Monopoly, so you don't have to teach them the rules. And you get them started in the game by doing something they were going to do anyway, buying a meal. If you buy one meal, you can potentially win small prizes, but to win the big prizes, you need to buy multiple meals, and you can increase your chances of winning by supersizing those meals. If you've already started collecting game pieces and are faced with the choice of McDonald's or Burger King for lunch, who's likely to win? So if you start applying the trappings of gaming to real life areas like productivity, you get things like the service Zero Boxer, which takes the mundane job of clearing out your email inbox and rewards points for things like replying to emails or deleting read emails or archiving emails that have been dealt with. Take that idea one stage further still, and you get things like the iPhone application Epoch, which builds a role-playing game around your task to-do list. You create a character and you can gain points and progress through the game just by ticking items off your list that you were going to have to do anyway. Now, while ideas like this are fun, they can only command so much attention. For real longevity, you need to be able to compete. It's not so much about winning the game as it is about beating your friends. So if you take that idea of the to-do list role-playing game and add a social element, you'll get things like Chore Wars, which is a multiplayer game where you gain points for completing items of housework. You compete against your spouse or your kids or your flatmate or whoever to see who can earn the most points. Now, this may be a niche product, but if you start to consider things like Wii Fit and Nike Plus, these are massively successful examples of making chores fun. Let's look at Nike Plus. You take your iPod to the gym and you plug it into your treadmill or your exercise bike, and it records your workout. When you come home, you can upload the details from your iPod to your online account and chart your progress and compete against your friends and share playlists with them of what music you were listening to while you were working out. By making the service sociable, it makes it increasingly compelling to the user. Now, the notion of gamification is most powerful where you don't actually realise you're playing a game. Dropbox is an online file backup service. When you go to the website for the first time, it's very bare and basic. The only obvious thing to do is watch a video. You watch the video and it talks you through the features of the service, and then you're asked to download the software. Once you do this, you're presented with a screen that says, "Congratulations, you've completed the first 2 quests." So by doing what you were going to do anyway, you've already 2 stages into a 6-stage game. Then to continue, all you need to do is try out the service. And then to win a prize, tell your friends about it and we'll give you extra storage. Pure gaming mentality. Now, there's been a wealth of location-based services which have sprung up over the last few years, such as Foursquare, Goala, and Facebook Places. In the most popular, Foursquare, achievements are measured by Cub Scout-like merit badges. Check in at your local coffee shop once and you'll get a newbie badge. Check in a second time and you'll get a better badge worth more points. Check in every day and your ranking will increase until you're eventually crowned mayor of that coffee shop. High scorers get things like special discounts on their purchases in those places, and since you can automatically share your achievements with your friends via Facebook or Twitter, it takes on an element of social status. If you score highly, your friends might trust your opinion more about the best places to go. So how can we apply these ideas in e-learning? The idea has been floated in the team previously about sending out teaser emails to get attention prior to launching training just to raise awareness, it could be possible for us to incorporate some kind of mini challenge in this teaser to get people talking about it and thinking about it beforehand. If they can already earn some kind of reward or recognition from a mini game in the teaser, this could generate buy-in before they even begin the training. And if you take the Foursquare idea of socially recognised merit badges, that's an especially good fit for blended learning. Classroom trainers could recognise the individual's strong points and issue achievement badges accordingly, which could potentially be tracked in some kind of leaderboard on YLO or somewhere else on the intranet to compete against colleagues and make it more fun. Now, also, since we already offer limited podcasts, it might even be an option further down the line to develop mobile phone applications which could extend the gameplay and involvement past the time they're just taking specific training. Now, you might be thinking that ideas like this won't work for everyone. Not everyone wants to play games. But that's what they said when Nintendo announced that they were targeting people who didn't normally play games with the Wii and the DS. Now, they went on to become the biggest selling home console and portable console of all time, respectively. The fact is that everyone likes playing games if the bar for entry is set easy enough for them to get started. Now think of many people you know who have never played a computer game in their life but regularly tend their Farmville farm in Facebook. All that they need to do to play the game is a few clicks of a mouse, but the user gets the social element and the fun of playing a game. If we tailor it right, the same could be true of game-based learning. Now, these are just a few initial ideas I've had, but I'm sure if we were to discuss it as a group and brainstorm it, we could come up with something even better.